Here for day 2 of Unleash Your Power, Tony Robbins. It was an incredible day yesterday. Our reception is horrible though, so I'm not able to do any pictures or upload video or any of that kind of stuff because it's just the reception's terrible in there. So anyway, it was great. I walked over the hot coals, so it was totally fun. I didn't get home and in bed till 2 in the morning, which is like so late for me. I was like, oh my god, I'm exhausted. Of course, my dogs that come in and they're like super excited to see me. But Unleash Your Power, man, it's great. It's been everything that I expected. He's amazing. He told the story. He actually had mercury poisoning. I think it was like a month or 2 ago. 59 years old. This guy can go. I mean, he is a machine. I was like exhausted and he just kept going. It's just amazing. But for anybody who's ever been to Discovery Dallas, you guys know, they tell us like get out of our head. And I loved it. He kept saying, if you're in your head, you're dead. And, to be able to live in your heart and live big. And I love it because it was just so much affirmation. I was just telling my mom how I was always told in my 20s, like, oh, you wear your heart on your sleeve and you're a hopeless romantic. And I had just a lot of passions and stuff like that. And I had to learn some practical tools. I had to learn, boundaries and things like that and not have my head in the clouds like unicorns and rainbows. But I feel like, to be around people that are big dreamers. Thank you, Marley. I appreciate it. I got this really cute outfit on. Look at that. Woohoo. Yay. So, you're jumping around and dancing. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so hot. So I have like just layers with me. And, it was just great. So much great information, so many things just reinforced from when I went through Discovery Dallas. If those of you have never been to Discovery, you guys need to check it out. It's an amazing program. It's 3 months, it's 3 months long, and you basically go 1 weekend a month for those 3 months. And it's, you deal with your past, your present, and your future. And it is completely life-changing. And this just reinforces so much. There's 8,000 people here. I was sitting next to somebody yesterday from Colombia. So sometimes some of the exercises were a little tricky because I can't really speak Spanish. Like I can say like, Paquita, and like, what did I say to her? I said, me llamo Tracy. Like I'm a lot limited with my Spanish, but it's amazing that even if you can't speak the language, just our body language and our ability to communicate through our face and our body, can bring, connection. And I have to tell you this one story. This woman, oh my goodness, I was like, you're the reason that I want to do what my mission is. We had this exercise. We had to talk about, what does your extraordinary life look like? And, what brought you here? Like that kind of a question, right? And so when I turned around and her and I we're going to be partners, she just was crying. And I was like, and of course, what do we do when we cry? We apologize. So she starts apologizing. And I do this with everybody. They cry. I like grab them and I look right in their face. And I'm like, listen, I'm like, you know what? God gives you your smiles and your tears. Don't apologize for those things. Tears are so healing. And oftentimes I think as kids, we're told to like not cry and stop crying. And then we're conditioned to believe like there's something wrong when we have any emotion except for laughter, right? Like it's okay to laugh. Nobody says like stop laughing. I guess unless you're like at a funeral or, in an inappropriate situation, which that makes me laugh more. I don't know about you, but it makes me laugh more. So, I said, tell me what the tears are about. And she said, the reason I'm here is for my daughter. And I was like, oh, wow, and she said, she would be 24 today. She had leukemia. She was sick and was in remission. She went to the Peace Corps. She showed me her picture and, she was blonde, blue-eyed. I mean, she looked a lot like me. And I remember wanting to go to the Peace Corps, at that age, and she passed away when she was 20. And oh my gosh, I just was like, and I thought of my mom. I thought my mom, this could be my mom's story. I wasn't that young when I got cancer, but I was 40. And, she said, my daughter would not want me to be sad still. Like, she wouldn't want me to be here and be sad still. And so that's why I got to do this. And I loved that. I loved the fact that this woman was brave enough to show up for herself, that her mission is, her daughter is still so alive because it's beckoning her to like go change her life. And she has every right to feel sad, so much sadness, so much grief, to lose your child to such a terrible condition. And of course she had a business, and she said that, she had to stop her business and all of that. And she just needs to learn to live again. And so, we got done talking, sat down, and it just went, and I just started to cry. And I just thought, this is the reason why I want to start to speak. I'm the fit chick that got cancer. I'm a lifestyle thriver. I've learned to thrive despite the circumstances of my cancer, of having a colostomy, of my husband's illness. And I guess I would have every right or every reason to want to stay in victim mode and to feel sorry for myself. And I had to learn how to like pull up my big girl pants and take a step forward, really take a step forward. I mean, and get out of my way and find my brave, I guess, inside. Because there's lots of days I just wanted to stay in bed or drink lots of coffee and watch, I don't know, Handmaid's Tale or whatever. Like, Game of Thrones has been my new thing. But anyway, I wanted to share with you, the experiences are it's incredible. It's an incredible experience. I know Rise is next weekend with Rachel Hollis. So if you guys are going to that, I'm sure that's going to be an amazing experience too. I know that she mentors underneath Tony Robbins. And, if you have not been to one of these events, I would just encourage you, look at your life and see the things that you want to change. Counseling is awesome. I've done counseling. I have a life coach. She's amazing. There is something unique though when you show up for an event like this. And when you do Discovery, something like Discovery, and that's in Dallas. So my Dallas friends, and there's ones all over too. I think they're in like Oklahoma. I don't know. Kim Mayer, if you listen to this, you know the other ones. I don't know all the different ones, but it is like emotional boot camp, but it changes you forever, because the problem isn't the world and the problem isn't your circumstances. The problem is right here, right? It's what we think about. It's bringing the baggage from our families, good or bad. It doesn't matter. You could have a great upbringing. It doesn't matter. We carry these things into our lives, and then we have these belief systems, and then we wonder why it doesn't work for us in our life, because maybe the messages we heard aren't appropriate for us. And we got to find what it is about us that's going to make us make a difference. Us. I'm saying us. This is us a lot. But, what's going to make the difference for our lives, for our children, and what our mission and passion and purpose is in this world. And you can turn your pain into purpose. I promise you guys, you can be a thriver. And so I'm going to come on here more. I'm going to do more lives. This is kind of like not my familiar territory. I'm so a person of connection, and like I love to like be eye to eye with somebody. But I think it's really important to start talking about the tools that I've learned just to be a thriver. From cancer and from just being a caretaker to somebody with chronic illness, and living with a life-altering condition like having a colostomy. I mean, that was something. I mean, I had to grieve a lot. I'm almost going on 5 years cancer-free. So the Tony Robbins isn't on today. He's got speakers in there. That's why I had to sleep. I was like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. So I got fueled up, and I'm ready to start. So I'll be on tomorrow sharing more, and hope you guys have a great day. Go thrive in your life. Find the power inside of yourself. And if you don't know how to do that, find somebody who can help you, or go to something like this. I promise you will not be disappointed. All right. Happy Thrive Day.